Good night. Next news. Doomed Soviet satellite from 1972 will tumble uncontrollably to Earth next week. And it could land almost anywhere. Live Science. The lander section of the Cosmos 482 probe was launched in 1972 and designed to survive on Venus. Now it's due a fiery re-entry to Earth. Below are your comments. I think it may impact Earth at 150 miles per hour, but it will enter the atmosphere closer to 18,000 miles per hour. Someday perhaps humanity will get its collective act together and clear the orbit around Earth of this debris. We need to start picking up after ourselves. Sometime around 2000, I was golfing at 6 a.m. in Rhode Island and I saw a fireball coming in from the horizon. It flew north over my head with a trail of smoke behind it. I thought it was a large meteor and wasn't sure if it might be large enough to take out the city of Boston, or something like that. It turned out to be a piece of a Russian satellite that burned up and landed in Massachusetts. Actually, it was a very minor thing, but for a few seconds in my mind, it might have been an extinct ion level event. Too bad it can't be recovered before re-entry. Like the satellite repairs done by the shuttle back in the day. It would be fascinating to see what the space environment has done to it in more than 50 years. If this Soviet descent module happens to come down in my yard, I'm keeping it. I can think of a few people, places in particular it could land on and actually do some good. The Russians should be congratulated for being the only nation to successfully provide the Earth with photos of Venus's surface. It's remarkable that the equipment survived for any length of time with those temperatures. I bet people in Florida and California hope it doesn't crash there, as it will give the insurance companies one more reason to cancel home insurance policies. The ship was sabotaged by moose and squirrel. You would be more likely to win the lottery than to have it smash onto your roof. At just 3 feet wide and over 1 kbs, it's hard to believe its velocity will be slowed to 150 miles per hour. I would think its velocity would be considerably higher with that density. This is literally from a script for the $6 million man, Death Probe, the Russian Venus probe. Malfunctioned and then crashed here on Earth and causes mayhem. Steve Austin had to deal with one of these in Wyoming back in the 70s. Would be great if it landed on the Kremlin on top of Putin's office with him in it. Hi Dad, I'm home. I believe this would have a RTG, radioisotope thermoelectric generators, with strontium-90 in it. Probably not a good thing to land near you. Formerly, I might have said that there should be an international law that everyone who launches anything into the public air is responsible for it from birth to death, and when it is ready to plunge back into our atmosphere, must have made plans to destroy it in space before it. Even if you sat in a lawn chair watching the skies with your most powerful telescope, by the time you saw it, you'd be in it. Make sure you leave your assets in order, somewhere else. Good luck. Hopefully it lands on Putinia, or if not, Rosie O'Donnell. I remember a $6 Million Man episode about a Russian Venus probe returning to Earth and going on a rampage. Must be nice for governments to not have to take any responsibility for their actions, unlike citizens here on Earth have to. There are 130 million pieces of junk floating around the Earth, with no plan to clean it up. Each piece is a potential bullet. Not just blaming the Soviet Union, the United States, EU, China, etc. are just as much to blame. Where will it fall? Who knows? Who cares? Most likely in an uninhabited area. May we quote you? No. And she was bleeped by Space Junk, Devo. That lander will surely survive the friction of re-entry intact and even upon impact, but traveling At probably 150 miles per hour after being slowed by air friction from around 25,000 miles per hour from orbit, I assure you that lander won't be intact after the impact of hitting terra firma at that. We had Skylab late 70s early 80s. Northern Exposure lost a character to a fallen satellite. And thanks rocket scientists, since most of the Earth's surface is covered in water that was given. We should probably send a lander there again. We probably have the tech to make it last a bit longer. Would be cool to see what the surface of Venus looks like in high-def color. Is Vegas taking any bets on where this thing lands? Because I got a $20 bill in my pocket and I can't think of a better, more fun way to waste it. Someday our luck is going to run out with these space re-entries and some serious damage and casualties is going to occur. Anyone else remember when NASA could pinpoint when and where this even would happen? Just like hundreds before. 150 miles per hour seems sort of slow. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, please thumbs up.